Alright, little ambulance. The fucking hi-hat tutorial, bro. The fucking hi-hat tutorial, bro. Oh, it's early morning, bro. I just woke up type shit. Alright, anyways. The selection. So for the selection of hi-hats, I mean, shit, you just fucking, I don't know, find hi-hats that sound good. Trap metal hi-hats, you want open hats that, you want like, basically for hi-hats and ambient, you want like short open hats. So you want like open hat sounding hi-hats that don't like ride. So, what the fuck? Dude, the tray on my Xbox just opened on its own, bro. I have the old Modern Warfare 3 Xbox 360, the gray one. And it's like tweaking out, dude, the disc tray. So anyways. Alright. The hi-hat. The hi-hat. I mean, the pattern is simple. We're just gonna fill every 2 steps like this. And we went too far. Good Lord. So, selection. What I mean by that is like, you want hi-hats that sound like this. Hold on. Like, it's like a hi-hat that if it was like longer, it would be like an open hat. Or you want like trap metal hi-hats. Another good hi-hat, if you're doing OG or Memphis style, is like just some Memphis hi-hats. You know, these will work too. I mean, that's only for a certain style, but yeah, I always stick to shit like this, you know. And then, of course, if your hi-hats do this, your hi-hats are doing that. You just hit this, use loop points, turn it off. Boom, easy. Alright. So for the what was I gonna say? So yeah, that's the pattern, you just two-step it. Let's see, we got like rolls and shit. I'm not gonna go over every single different combination of hi-hats patterns that you can do, because then we would be here for fucking ever. But I like to control L my shit. So you select everything, hit control L. Goes like this. I mean, this I'm gonna kind of leave for you guys to figure out. Just play around. Make rolls, you know, like, I don't know. If you press Alt U, it'll do that. You know? And if you're doing a roll, what I would do is make the velocity. You can right click. Oh my god, I don't think I can right. Okay. Right click like this, and it'll make them all like be in a straight line, kind of like they'll follow a line. So when you're doing a roll, make sure it goes like this. You want the velocity down, going up. You can do weird shit like, I don't know, like change the fucking notes to like. You can do stuff like that. You could do velocity changes, you know, to add bounciness. And yeah, you can just make notes go up and shit too. You know, I would play around with this a lot. I mean, to be honest, when you're making ambient, your hi-hats aren't really gonna be that audible, to be like completely honest. Like, hi-hats and ambient's like one of those instruments where, like, if you're just listening to ambient, you're not gonna like notice it and be like, oh, that's a cool hi-hat pattern or anything. So I usually just leave my shit on two-step, I'm gonna be honest. Unless I'm making like an OG, a more OG style where you can hear them better. But I mean, it's one of those instruments where if it's there, you don't really notice it, but if it's not there, then you really notice it. So, I mean, yeah, hi-hats are just kind of background noise in ambient, to be honest. They're like filler drums, I don't know. So, yeah, they're hi-hats. For me, that's literally it. Mixing hi-hats, bro. I don't know. It's literally the same as the open hat mixing. So if you want an in-depth mixing on these hi-hats, you go right ahead. To the open hat thing, you just literally copy that. Literally for hi-hats and open hats, all you do is volume and EQ tuning. That's it. That's literally it. I mean, your snare, open hat, hi-hat, and most people's style of kick mixing is literally going to be sound dynamics and not a whole lot of mixing. To be completely honest. Most of your mixing is going to be on this guy right here, this master. Your instruments are going to be just more like sound dynamics, like EQs and volume. The only thing that will actually have mixing on it, the only instrument that will actually have mixing on it is your ambience, your 808, and like any counter melodies or vocals. But everything else is just EQ and sound dynamics and shit, so. Make sure you take this low. Here, let me take this off. Make sure you take this low end off. Okay, so one thing I noticed with taking low ends off of hi-hats and shit too is if you do this, it sounds very like dry. So what I do is instead of just 40 hertz cutting it, sometimes I'll slope it off with like I'll just take this and drag it down. I don't know why. Sometimes that helps. I don't know. You can either 40 hertz cut it or do this. It's up to you. Is that WEQ work? Is this W? Is this WEQing? Oh shit. Alright, bro. Anyways, you can do the little delay thing that I showed too, where you put ping pong on it, and you're only ever gonna do that on like remix or wave ambient. I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hi-hats, experiment. Hi-hats are the one thing that like you almost can't fuck up. And if you do fuck up your hi-hats, you just need God, bro. Like I've never seen, even new people don't even mess up hi-hats. So if you're that one guy who messes up his hi-hats, like, quit music, bro. Alright, that's all I got, bro.